In honour of the festive season, and to make sure we do not end up on any naughty lists, we will today be covering an interesting Germanic Christmas tradition. You've likely heard of jolly old Saint Nick, but you may not have heard of his rather sinister counterpart, Krampus. With a demon-like visage, you might not initially believe he's associated with a time of joy and goodwill to all. But in today's video, we will cover the disturbing story of Krampus and the fate that befalls those who misbehave. The role that Krampus plays in the Christmas festives is that he is very much tied to St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas is the origin of Santa Claus and is a similar character in the Germanic tradition. He arrives on the 6th of December to give children modest or small gifts. Usually these are oranges, nuts, or small chocolates, given to those children who have behaved well during the year. But for those children who have misbehaved, another, far darker visitor would arrive. On the 5th of December, known as Krampusnacht, Krampus is said to visit the naughty children. But far from being the jolly saintly old man, Krampus has a demonic visage, complete with sharp fangs, goat-like horns, long claws, and an extended tongue. On his back, he carries either a basket or sack, and in his hands, he carries birch branches. Very often, Krampus will whip the naughty children, throwing them into his sack, and can be even seen dragging the children into the underworld. In some extreme cases, it is said he will eat the naughty children. Krampus is often seen clad in rusted bells and chains, warning of his proximity. The word Krampus is derived from the High German word Krampen, meaning claws. Just how such an evil demon can be associated with Christmas is an interesting story. Whilst it is not exactly known where Krampus derived, he is likely a development of pagan winter solstice traditions. One that bears a striking resemblance to the duo Saint Nick and Krampus is the pagan deity Pecture. A duality in herself, she can appear as a beautiful and kind figure, who would give to the children of a household a silver coin if they had behaved that year. But to those who misbehaved, she would appear as an old haggard demon who would slice open the stomachs of the naughty children and then proceed to disembowel them before stuffing the cavity with sticks and stones. Assisting Pecture was a gaggle of smaller Pectians, little minions who would assist Pecture in her duties. As for the festival associated with Pecture, women would dress up as her evil minions in a bid to ward off the evil spirits, donning masks and running throughout the town. This would be known as the Pechenlaufen, or the Pechen Run. It is understood that as Christianity spread throughout the region, it sought to limit such pagan festivals and encouraged Christian worship instead, notably celebrating the feast of St. Nicholas instead during winter. As the church sought to ban the Pecture celebrations or incorporate St. Nicholas into the festivities, a new figure emerged in the 16th century, Krampus. It bore a striking resemblance to the Pechen, and carried out a similar role of the darker side of Pecture. Soon enough, Krampus and St. Nicholas became a duo, working in tandem and representing two sides of reward and punishment. Instead of the Pechenlaufen, there was the Krampuslauf, where men would dress up as Krampus, again wearing scary masks and outfits, and would roam the town. During the Krampuslauf, the goal of the participants can vary from place to place and town to town. Sometimes the goal is to scare children, other times it is to cause mischief, but in most instances the groups of roaming men will go house to house and ask for schnapps, an offering to the warding of evil spirits. Many will brandish the birch stakes and whip the crowds who come to see people dressed in truly disturbing get-up. There are plenty of videos online of the sort of mischief Krampuslaufen entails, and they are well worth watching. Krampus as a character soon garnered a wider appeal. By the 18th and 19th century in Bavaria and Austria, Krampus Christmas cards became incredibly popular. Their unique style became known as Krampuskarten cards. The depictions were devilish but would sometimes take a rather raunchy turn. Female depictions of Krampus punishing naughty men were commonplace. Many of the cards displayed the same three words, Gruß vom Krampus, meaning greetings from Krampus. I would recommend you to take the time to view the truly bizarre, wonderful, and downright creepy cards that people send to one another, although many depicting the grim fate of naughty children. It is perhaps important to stress that the traditions of Krampus are most associated with Austria and Bavaria, and not Germany. In fact, Saint Nicholas is often associated with another less demonic figure known as Knecht Ruprecht. Whilst he does brandish birch sticks and whip children, he is a manservant to Saint Nicholas, and again deals with a doling out of punishment to naughty children. As an interesting aside, in the German translation of The Simpsons, the family dog Santa's Little Helper is instead called Knecht Ruprecht. Today, Krampuslauf still takes place around the world, though mainly taking place in southern Germany and Austria. A recent interest in Krampus has resulted in many a horror movie, with Krampus as the antagonist, usually targeting those who do not follow the spirit of Christmas. Krampus cards are available online and will certainly make an interesting replacement holiday card for your loved ones. The folklore and festivities around Krampus are a genuinely disturbing and interesting way to celebrate the Christmas period. It is a fascinating example how traditions change and merge, in particular how Christian festivals integrated themselves in pagan festivals to garner popular support, and how people refused to let go of their pagan ways. This meddling of cultures, tradition, and ways to celebrate result in some of the most disturbing, yet incredibly fun practices. Krampus is said to visit on the 5th of December, which is the day this video is going to be released. If some of you have been naughty, then you very may well get a visit from Krampus.